to our first lesson or class on Photoshop. So let's open up our Photoshop and let's get started. Okay, as you can see, this is the interface of the Photoshop. This is how it looks like. So a lot of people just say they get less scared or overwhelmed with the way the interface looks. So, but there's nothing serious there. It's just the more you use, the more you use it, the more you get, the more you get conversant with it. And from the way we are going to explain things, I think it's going to make it much easier for all of us. So let's get started with it. So this is the interface of the Photoshop. You can see here we have new file, open, online, under file, we have the file, share, and a lot of things right here. So I'm going to explain all of them to us. And mind you, I'm using Photoshop 2025, so depending on the one you guys are using over there, it might differ. The interface differs, I think, by the version. So this is 2025 version. So let's get started. So some basic things that we have here. As you can see, we have new file, which means we want to create a new file. That is what starts a new job. Can go to a new file. We have open. Open is what we've done before. You can go there, click the open, and you can add that. Um, File. We have your file. Share with you. This your file are basically maybe you're working on the cloud. That's if you have a paid Adobe. You can click on the file. Maybe you have the one you have on cloud. And click on that, and it's going to show you um the work you have already and share with you. These are the file maybe with friends or your colleagues you are working with share with you. And on this page, you can see we have it's recent here, recent. These are the work I just finished doing recently. These are the work my recent work. So you literally don't even have to save it. So far you open it, the work is going to appear. So nothing really serious about that. So let's get started. So let's just start now. You can see we have this is the logo of Photoshop here. So let's start from the click the logo of this Photoshop right here. This is what going to happen. It's going to open the Photoshop for you without anything with a blank Photoshop page. Means that is going to happen. If you want to go back to where we come from before, you can click on this home button. It's going to take you back to our home page. So you can toggle between those two. This Photoshop is going to open the Photoshop for you, and you press on. It's going to show you this. So basically, for this particular lecture, again, we are just going to talk about the interface of Photoshop, the way things are arranged. So we are going to get used to it. So we not get lost. Everything is not going to be like a magic to us. So when we click on this, you are going to have this place. Wow, everything black. I think the one we have here is ash. Everything is just black. So don't 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 be scared. It's nothing serious. So when we start, we're going to know how everything works. So the first thing we have here, so we have this tool. These are all the tools that we have. So depending on the Photoshop we have, depending on what you want to do, people, people are different from each other. So maybe some Photoshop might have this double like this. Like, I don't know whether you've seen any Photoshop before, but you open your own Photoshop, might be something like this, and you cannot be straight down. For me, I think I love it being straight down than being double. Whenever there's still the same thing, down to your own the way you want it. So these are the tools we use in Photoshop, the move tool, the marquee tool, the lasso tool, and all of them. These places where we have all the tools we use. These are tools. We are going to come back to this later. And we have this panel over here. We have this panel. You can see there are section like three. We have this one, this is the layer panel, we have the property panel, we have for the color panel. So this is the color space we have the properties. We are going to talk about that later. We have this layer. This layer is very, very important and very, very crucial to us when we are using the Photoshop. So the section we have here, we have, like I said, this is for the tool, and this is for the layers. And on this screen, I didn't even created a file. You are going to see that on this screen, we're supposed to have the canvas. That's space we are going to work on. So that's that about that. So let's go back to our own. Like I said you can toggle there, you can toggle here, you can toggle any one. So for today class, let's just talk about how to get a new page started. So from there, we continue with the way the page is. Okay, so let's click here. So you have two ways in which you can do that. Let's assume you already click here, and like we said, we are doing three different things now. How to create a file, how to open it, and how to save it. So let's start with how to create a file. Let's go back to our own. So you can see we have new file here. This is the first method of creating a file. You click on new file, it's going to show you this page, which is new documents, and you have some preset details, blah 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 blah. You have it here. Or when you are already inside, you can come to file and click on new. If the shortcut is what control N, and click on that. So she will still having the same thing here, which is same thing. You can see we have presents, we have save, we have photos, prints, outline and web, mobile, pin, and video anyone you want. So let's go to our reset. So we have preset details. This is what's the name of your uh the name of your project. Let's call it number one. So that's the name you want to save your work with. So you can save it directly by clicking this. You want to save it as a preset, that's up to you, but we're not saving this as a preset. Let's call it a model one. So we have the width and the height. So before we come to the width and the height, let's talk about this, the units. So we have pixel, inches, centimeter, millimeter, point, and acres. So these are the 6 units that are there in Photoshop. Unlike some other design app, which is like let's say like corridor have a lot of feet and other points and other um units. But for this we have pixel, inches, centimeter, millimeter points, and it's depending on what you want to do. Some people are very good at using pixels too, but very, very good at that. But for me, I think I'm more comfortable using inches. Depend on the work you are doing, though, and what you are doing. So inches, I'm more comfortable. I love using inches. So can use centimeter, I can use millimeter, depending on the work you are doing. So let's use the inches. So let's go to, let's say I want to make a square page, so I can change my width to 5. I can change my height to 5. So that's for a square. Let's assume now I want to do something like maybe it's just 3, 5. So depending on anything you want to do, you can always have this. And you have the orientation, you can see some are switching by themselves. You can check this orientation right here. If I have 5 by 2, you see the orientation is showing on a that's landscape. Let me change this to 3 by 5. You can see it has changed to a portrait for me. Show me this is a portrait and this is a landscape. I literally change it, click it by itself, it's going to switch it for me. Yeah, yeah, definitely. So we have resolution. That shows how sharp your work is going to be. So most time I think the higher the size, the lower the resolution. Yeah. The higher the size, the lower the resolution. So let's just assume we want to make a social media flyer of central flyer of let's just do 5 by 5 social media flyer. That's the one you want to post on Instagram, your what we call the WhatsApp status and all of that. think the best resolution, and 72 is very small, because that's very small resolution. You can still use 300 resolution, or 500. I think that's good. We're going to get to a point where you can use a higher resolution. Let's talk about that later. So let's leave it as 500 or 300, a very good resolution for social media play. So this don't need to change pixel by inches, that's better. So our color mode, we have bitmap, grayscale, RGB, CMYK, and lab color. See, so for designers and because the issue is most people are dealing with don't print directly from Photoshop. We mostly use corrector to print as if it's a printer you want to print. So I'm printer I use CMYK. If you're not printing directly from your work you want to be okay. I think I personally will recommend you should use the RGB color on Photoshop. On what? Photoshop. So you keep it that way. So your color code should be RGB. Yeah, sometimes you are going to import some work and they are just or you are working on the space and you just everything is just giving just black and white, black and white. So that means the color mode is in grayscale. Always change it to RGB. So leave this as always 8 bits. So your background content you have white, can change it to black if you want, can change it to white, can change it to your background color, you can change transparency. You're going to see that so this the advanced option I think just better just leave it the way it is. So after that you can just click here create. You're going to have this boom. As you can see, so this is our Canva I'm talking about. The tools, these are Canva, this is space we want to work on. This is space we want to work on. We can add our layer here. You can see there's something on this layer compared to when we started, there's nothing there. So these are to create a picture. So I think we are going to stop this class for here. Then my next movie we are going to continue from where we stop. Thank you.